that we've been talking about related to the home, so that the consumer can actually have a chapter on child safety, baby safety, indoor air quality, and all of these major issues, and they can go and see just exactly what they need to do and how safe their actual home is. I've also covered issues for seniors, safety concerns for seniors, and then I've got another chapter on weather. We've got so many weather issues that are taking place in our country right now. It's a great chapter telling you the differences between tornadoes and hurricanes and horrible snowstorms, etc., and what you need to do to prepare for a safe situation with any of those kinds of issues.
And what if you talked about safety before, and you were the head of the Consumer Product Safety Commissions, and you mentioned their website before, cpsc.org.
That's right.
And how can someone make a safe choice in buying an appliance, especially, let's say, an electrical one, and keeping everyone safe?
Great question. First, if they're buying an appliance, they need to know exactly where it has been made, and secondly, look for the certifiers, like the Underwriters Laboratory Lab, UL. That's a very prominent little logo that's on most all electrical appliances, and that gives you assurance that UL has checked that out. It's been certified. The other thing is, so many products have come in from outside of the United States, and we have to be sure that all of those products are meeting the United States standards. So it's very important to look for any of those labels on the product to make sure that you know where it's made, and it's made up to a specific standard to be sure that it truly is safe.
And also, someone's using the product, especially if it's an electrical product, do you want to make sure you're powering it safely, that you're not putting too much putting too much of an overload on an electrical circuit or on some kind of surge protector or an outlet?
Yes, absolutely.
So give us some advice on that, on preventing, let's say, an electrical fire because of a heater or some other product that you have in your home. Yes,
great question. There's so many electrical technical appliances coming into our homes today. We've got the computers, we've got the printers, we've got all of these things that are coming into home offices and kids' rooms and all of this. Make sure that your circuits in your electric box can handle these, and that is where the master electrician comes in. One needs to have a master electrician look at your home to be sure that you have adequate circuitry to handle all these appliances. You mentioned the surge protector. It's very important that, particularly with computers, printers, and all of that, that you have those connected into a surge protector, because if there is a storm and the electricity goes off, if it's on a surge protector, you most likely will be protected from having your computer go down. I have several surge protectors that I have in my own home. I have a home office, and I make sure that I don't plug too much into the same surge protector so that I've got that protection.
Is there anything that will shut the electrical current down if it's being drawn on in a dangerous way, aside from like a fuse or a switch?
Yes, a fuse can blow.
Okay.
And that most likely means that you've got too much plugged in. And don't try to overdo it, because that is the sign that a possible potential fire could take place. And as a matter of fact, when I mentioned Consumer Product Safety Commission, they have a site on their website, and it is a terrific site to go on, cpsc.org, because they will tell you all of the appliances and all of the products that have been recalled. And you want to check to see what has been recalled. An electric circuit box recently was recalled because there was something obviously wrong with it. Well, now, if somebody had that in their home, they need to know that. And maybe their handyman wouldn't know that information, but the inspector would know that. But if you make a regular check to cpsc.org and check the recall list just to see if there's any kitchen appliances or air conditioners or heaters or whatever have been recalled, you can check the list and make sure that you're okay.
And also, if you're repairing or upgrading your electrical wires or outlets in your house, you want to make sure it's done by a qualified electrician and done up to code so it's done safely.
Absolutely. And that brings up another point. A lot of people are renovating their homes. They're doing new kitchens. They're doing new bathrooms. And many people think they can do this themselves. That is mistake number one, because every renovation needs to have a permit. And sometimes it's a city permit, sometimes it's a county permit. But if you're doing a renovation in the home, do get a permit for that work. Check with the county or check with the city to see which in your area you need to get. Because if the renovation is being done and then that home is being sold, one of the first things the new buyer is going to ask for, or they should ask for, is, let me see the permit on this kitchen. Okay? And the second thing that they're going to ask for is, I want to see who did the work. What contractor did the work? What were the credentials of that contractor? Were they credentials that were up to date? Did they pass the state requirements and also the city and local? And that's very, very critical. And if they don't, then if you're looking at a home and they don't have it, just forget that home, because you don't want to buy one that does not have those particular safeguards.
And if you're buying used appliances or hand-me-downs, or the appliance look very worn out over time, you want to be careful about using those appliances, because there's the plug is built a certain way, the insulation on the cord may be frayed, and you don't want to start a fire because of it.
Absolutely. Buy up-to-date, state-of-the-art of the year that you're buying it equipment. It's absolutely essential, because you just don't know what somebody else has had or when it was made or how it was made, and it's worth the money to be sure you're going to a reliable store that's going to give you the right merchandise.
Do you have any other tips for safety in the kitchen?
Yes. In the kitchen, take a look. If it depends upon what you're doing in the kitchen. It's good to go to a very good contractor that can really advise you on the cabinets and can advise you on the kind of counters that you're going to put in, and advise you on the equipment that you should be putting in. For example, some of the cabinetry could still be having formaldehyde, in that wood, and you do not want that, because that's going to off-gas and cause a lot of problems. So again, go to a reliable contractor. Again, it's going to be costing you more money, but it is absolutely worth it. The next area is the flooring. A lot of the flooring can be very slippery, and it also may not be suitable for that kitchen. It may look nice, but it may not be suitable for that kitchen. So again, if you go to a reliable contractor that really knows his business and specializes in kitchens, you're going to be much better off, and you're going to be paying a little bit more money, but you're going to be much more satisfied that you've got a safe kitchen at the end of the contract.
We just have a few more minutes left in the show. Do you have any other tips you'd like to offer? And also, if you can tell us, our listeners, where they can find your books.
Absolutely. I would like to say one thing. Talking about appliances, if you're leaving your home and you have small appliances, be sure to unplug them. And that means the toaster, any of those small appliances, unplug them, because if there should be a surge in the electricity, that could be a potential fire waiting to happen. A second one is if you're having carpet installed in your home, go to a carpet store that will cut the material away from your home so it off-gases before it comes into your home. And if you have candles, do not leave the room the candles are in, because a candle is a potential fire. Make sure they're extinguished if you ever leave that room. And there's some nice battery-operated candles today that you can use in place of those old-fashioned ones.
But just to reiterate, an unattended candle is a potential accident waiting to happen.
Absolutely. And as far as my book is concerned, you can get my book through my website, which is homesafetyexpert.com. That's homesafetyexpert.com, and you can buy it direct from Amazon or the other company that's in there. Or if you want to buy it direct from me, you can also. My contact information is on my website, and I'm glad to send books to people that are listening and would like to get them.
And just give us the title of your books again.
Okay, the latest book is Your Home Safe Home. And that's the one that I would recommend. That's my latest one, and gives you all the great information on the home. The second book is Safe Living in a Dangerous World. That also gives you a lot of other updates, which are good. But I'd be delighted and hopeful that your listeners will get one of these books, because there's a lot of great information in them that hopefully can help them live a really happy and safe life. Okay,
thank you very much. I'd like to thank our guest and author, Nancy Harvey Steorts, and it's Steorts, and for being our guest on Law You Should Know on 90.3, the voice of Nassau Community College in Garden City, Long Island, and also over the internet at nccradio.org. And if you missed any part of the program, you can search for the podcast by searching searching WHPC on iTunes or Strecker, STRECKER.com. Please join us next week at the same time for another program on Law You Should Know.